or at least we're supposed to be.
You're gonna update. Sorry, we're 12 minutes late, but here it is.
I think it might be a good idea for one of you guys to do it so that I'm not overloading both Douglas Alley and.
Who cares?
Get on it, Brad.
I'm
You're usually the one that does that.
Yeah.
I love that it's
I
just
just
playing
see-
highlights of your team.
Hell yeah.
Of our team.
Oh, it's
Yes.
actually showing up as live.
We
now.
don't have highlights, guys.
Oh,
That's brutal.
sad face.
All right. Hey Siri, open the YouTube. Oh my God! Yes, coffee.
Oh shit! I'll close that too.
Can you guys hear that dishwasher in the background?
No.
Okay, that's fantastic.
I don't know how we'd be able to hear that.
I woke up and Evelyn has every single appliance on, and I'm like, dude, we're trying to record here, or we're going to be. All right, cool. So we're live, and we'll officially start the podcast portion. What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode number 38 of 1868 Weekly. I'm your host, John Macaluso, joined by my two favorite co-hosts, Brad Polonsky. Brad, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Enjoyed myself some LA sun these past couple of days. Little sunburnt, but whatever.
And you could see we are officially a facial hair podcast because Brad has some... Brad, you know, it looks solid today. No, it's all right. You got...
Oh no,
mustache looks solid.
You missed something that Matt said. I'll let Matt.
Okay, well, we're going to go to
Matt,
Matt's luscious beard here. This is Matt Rafferty, ladies and gentlemen, who
Hi, everybody.
who definitely has a pretty solid beard today.
You're making it hurt even more, man. I have to shave it tomorrow night.
Oh, got to put some stuff on your face.
Makes me sad. I always look like a baby after I get rid of this thing, but is what it is.
That's Lieutenant Dangle, as you guys are no doubt familiar with. We're also joined by somebody else today. Yeah, that's right, a fourth person. It's Dylan Allen from the Orange and Black Soccer Cast. We're going to go to the picture of him without a beard. How you doing, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I gotta say my facial hair game is closer to Brad's level than it is to Matt's, and I feel like I'm gonna miss Matt's facial hair, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
That is some gorgeous beard going on. Wow. Yeah, if I did that, mine would be mostly gray, so I don't grow mine out. But, you know.
Did you say mostly gray?
Yeah. Yeah, once it grows in, it turns gray pretty quickly.
Aren't you like 22?
I'm 21 even.
21?
So,
You got a gray
yeah.
beard? I would grow that out just because.
I don't need to look any older than I am. But I'm doing well. I've also been in the Southern Californian sun, but
So you're
my
tan.
skin here is used to it, so I'm tan and not sunburnt. But probably just as likely to get skin cancer as Brad and his pale skin.
Or,
Yes.
I mean, really anybody else. Reno
Yeah,
has
probably
been-
everyone here.
Reno has been especially sunny lately. Mid to high 90s lately. Not too shabby for us. All right, let me talk to you guys a little bit about what is on the docket today. Of course, we've got Dylan here, which means we're going to talk about some soccer happening in the future, but we also got to talk about some soccer that happened in the past. Reno had 2 matches since my 2 lovely co-hosts took over last week. Appreciate that, by the way. A lot of fires in a lot of not really, big fires in the Reno area, but fires in Reno is always breaking news. Thus, you guys know. I mean, if you've lived in Reno for any amount of time at all, you know that fires is usually the big news. So anyway, thanks to Brad and Matt for covering for me last week. This week, we got to recap 2 matches. We got Oklahoma City, and we've got LA Galaxy. And then, of course, we've got Dylan here, which means we're going to talk a little bit about the Orange County match happening the day after tomorrow. Today, if you guys are joining us live, obviously Monday. If you're not, we are recording on Monday, as we normally do. So, that's pretty much what we'll talk about. We'll probably stray off the beaten path as we do every week. Let's go ahead and get started, yeah? So this Oklahoma City match, guys. Let me tell you, okay? Wednesdays during the week, I'm always late to watching these matches because I'm sleeping. I'll be honest with you guys, right? So I woke up in a daze, and we were down 2 goals. And I thought to myself, and I will explain it in terms of which I have to explain on the podcast. Expletive. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me, you know? And then I passed out again. Like, this happened in bed, you know? It happens every single time because I wake up and I'm like, I got to check that score, right? So there are 2 scores I check. Reno score and San Jose score. Occasionally, depending on where the games are at, I'll check on the Giants, but not the concern when Reno and San Jose are playing. So I think I'm trying to remember who San Jose played, but San Jose is also Vancouver, yeah. San Jose's been on a streak, man. Let me tell you. Actually, I won't tell you. I'll give Matt a break because every single episode that we've had lately, of course, I've been bragging. So
hey, whatever, man. The G's just won the Classico.
Hey, I'm just saying
the Trafico. So I really, I'll take it.
Zlatan seems to be Zlatan against everyone, but San Jose. So, he's a Ferrari against every team, and then against us, he's a VW Bug. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, so that's it of San Jose. They're having a pretty good run. Reno also having obviously a pretty good run amidst a 5-match win streak, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong about anything because I'm pulling everything out of my butt today. So yeah, and the streak continues on the road so far. During this away stretch, Reno hasn't lost, beating OKC 3-2, coming back in that match. And I didn't see that until a few hours later, but I was like, you guys know when you look at something and you look at it, you gotta double take it. You know, that's how I was, but I wasn't surprised. That's the crazy thing. So talk to us a little bit about this OKC match. We're gonna go with Matt because I like your background.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is Tahoe. This is where I was this last weekend, just showing more of the beautiful area to our visitors from our watchers from outside of the Reno Tahoe area. So Wednesday at OKC, I had really high hopes for this one. I mean, they did end up pulling through, but what a scary first half, man.
Yeah.
That early goal off of Zach Carroll trying for a back pass, didn't see that there was an attacker to his back. And I mean, easy lay-in right there. That's the easiest goal that he's ever going to have. And unfortunately, they put in a second. What is that? Right about the 20th minute or so, 23rd minute. It was Gordon. That was one of the guys that me and Brad were talking about that we had to look out for. That was actually a quality goal. Can't fault him for that. And something happened in the locker room. You know, Ian really laid into him or something because they came out a completely different team. Like, their attack was different. They were actually holding a really solid line on the defense. They were controlling the midfield. There were some quality saves. I was really impressed with how they were able to turn around and kind of give it back to OKC for them coming back and tying it up with us in stoppage time when they were in Reno. And so on the timeline for the second half, we have the first goal from Reno was from Lindo Mfeka in the 66th minute. That was also a bad clear that he ended up just bringing it down with his chest and smashed it home. Second goal of the night, we had a absolutely beautiful play with Raul Mendiola giving an over-the-shoulder pass to Apodaca. He just took his time, waited for the right bounce, and one-touched it right over the keeper. Beautiful chip, made him look silly. I absolutely love that goal, and apparently the league did too because they were highlighting it all over the place. And from there, everyone's getting excited. Like I'm like, we can do this. I'll be happy with a point. I'll take a point out of this one. But then 6 minutes later, we have once again a one-touch goal from Corey Herzog. That's 9 goals and only 9 touches for every single goal. I don't know why Apodaca didn't get the assist on that one, because his little touch that he sent off while he was fending off a defender was absolutely beautiful, and I thought he should get the credit for that. But still, that's the go-ahead goal. That's the winner once again from Corey Herzog, and we walked away with 3 points and got redemption from earlier this year.
Brad, give us your thoughts on that match.
I mean, I think Matt covered the game pretty
Yeah.
darn well.
Sorry, that was quite a spiel.
No, it's good.
No, you did a great job.
Believe
with
it or not, that's why we have a podcast.
Ooh.
You know, man, I don't know what else to say about that game. It's honestly, it was breathtaking. Herzog's goal, taking off his shirt afterwards, was like the perfect celebration. You know, we'll take a yellow card for that all the time. I'm just happy to see players like Apodaca, like Mafeka, like Herzog continuously stepping back up. These are players at the beginning of the year where we're like, how are they doing? They're not doing well, if not even talking about them at all. You know, so it's good to see Mafeka back. It's good to see him playing a whole game.
Yeah.
Because I think this was his first start since the beginning of the year before he was hurt. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're right.
I also think you're right. Yeah.
So it's good, good to see him play a full 90. Good to see players like Apodaca come on in the 63rd minute, and with the person he came on with Raul Mendiola, come on and instantly 8 minutes later score a goal for the team, putting us up. It was a well-managed game. The first half, we did not look good. The second half, we looked amazing. And I'm now on the USL Championship page, the little match highlight page, and they're calling us San Antonio FC on the page. I'm disappointed in this. I just noticed it. Noticed it, like Oklahoma City versus Reno, and then I scrolled down to look at the players, and it's Oklahoma City and San Antonio FC.
Oh yeah, it is doing that.
That is a typical USL mistake. That sounds.
Yay.
All right, so we're gonna move on here. Dylan, I know that you've got your own team to worry about, but do you have any thoughts on this OKC game, maybe that you've heard or that you've seen on highlights or something?
Yeah, I mean, we all know the first match of 2019, how that went for Reno, and how things seemed to go last year a little bit, and even a couple weeks after. And the first time he played OKC, actually, even though it was still happening, where the team would just kind of give it up in the second half. I don't know why that was, but now that's not an issue, and we have 3 goals in the second half. It's terrifying as someone whose team is about to play yours. That kind of Reno's biggest fault, and probably what kept them from being the most successful, is no longer an issue. And that they are bouncing back from stuff like that, and just the spirit and the talent that's there is mildly terrifying. And I don't know if that's a product of really the team maybe being galvanized by Brian Brown leaving earlier this month, and them all realizing maybe this is their shot to be the new Brian Brown, or to prove they can do it without him. But it's horrifying, and I don't like any of it. I'm thrilled for you guys, but I absolutely hate the fact that you guys are in some insane form. You haven't lost since you played Phoenix, and you're winning games either handily or you're winning games that are close. You can kind of do it all, and I don't like that. And this match really typified that.
Well, believe it or not, we like it. So
unsurprising.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
if Orange County played like that, believe me, I'd be like, all right, you guys, this will be a great matchup.
So we'll get to Orange County in a minute. We're gonna move on. We do have another match we got to talk about, which is the LA Galaxy match, and that was on Saturday, and that was also a good result for us, a 2-1 victory for Reno, and a match that, in my opinion, did not seem like it was going to go the other way at all. And Reno had it pretty handily. LA scored a goal, I think, in the last little bit of the game. what I like to call a garbage time goal. Maybe not that far back, but even after that goal, I really wasn't too afraid of Reno losing this lead. Reno was doing what it does. A lot of opportunities, good amount of possession. Brad, we had Matt start out with the last one. We'll have you start out with this one. What are your general thoughts on this match? Feel
All
free
right,
to,
well,
to go on a Matt rant if you want.
I won't go on a Matt rant, but these are kind of my thoughts from the game. The first thing is when the goal that Danny had shot, it ended up being called an own goal in Gallagher on the 9th minute. But when that goal went in, the 7 of us on the sideline were kind of just like standing there, like because we were at the game. We were standing there like, what happened? Like, why is everybody not like celebrating? And then all of a sudden, LA picks up the ball and walks it over to the midfield. And as soon as we see them set it down, then we are like, oh, we did a score. Hooray. And started like celebrating. Then it was the most awkward like celebration or lack of celebration I've ever had at a soccer game. Part of the reason is because this is a high school stadium without the jumbotrons to give us a replay of we actually scored. And after the game, I remember looking at that goal and I'm like, oh, yeah, that was a goal. And it wasn't even like questionable, but looking into the sun, seeing kind of a lack of celebration, we were kind of like, what happened? Who did the what, so on and so forth. After that, game goes on pretty normally. Reno scores in the 70th minute. This one we knew as soon as it went in.
Yeah.
Because Sipley's header, oh my God, he was celebrating before it even went in the net.
Did that happen in slow motion? I've seen it. I've watched that highlight a million times, and it looks like it's in slow motion. Goalie just on the opposite side of the net, but Seth, in my opinion, headed it, and then it kind of went in slow motion to the right side.
No, absolutely perfect placement of the ball by Seth. Put it in the right-hand side of the goal where the goalie wasn't going to get it. He knew it as soon as the ball left his head, and we knew it a second later in the stands. And for me, the celebration was slow motion, just running around on the track there. We were on the long jump side of the track, so running around on that was a lot of fun. Seeing family of players there. Sam Gleedle's family was down there. Raul Mendiola's family was down there, and everybody was just celebrating and enjoying it, and it was a really nice time. One thing that happened late on in the game, Seth went down hurt. We think it might be a little serious. I can't speculate too much about what happened, but after the game, he was leaving on crutches, so probably an unlikely appearance for him on Wednesday. It happens. And fun fact, Corey has been playing the past 2 games with a stomach bug. He's better now, but after Oklahoma City, he left and said that and he told us on Saturday that he left the Oklahoma City game with the stomach bug and was throwing up after the game. And so, shows a lot about the guy that he's playing, extremely sick, scored a goal in the Oklahoma City game and ripped off his shirt. Didn't look sick there, but he's been playing sick, and definitely amazing to see as a fan the respect he shows to a player. And then 30 seconds after I shook his hand, it then hit me that he was sick and shaking my hand.
Where was this match?
It was, where Dignity Health, they changed the name from StubHub to Dignity Health Sports Park. That's where the Chargers play. That's where the Galaxy
I actually no. You mentioned a high school.
Yeah, it is the other field there. Like if you were to look from the north to the south from the stadium, you'll see like the big stadium, and then like right next to it, like you'll see a small little, looks to be about like a 4,000, 5,000 person stadium with a main stand track area and a smaller wooden style seating. We were on the wooden style seating. It's a track and field circle outside of that. And it's just in the shadow of greatness is Los Galaxy 2.
Yeah, but do you really want to be in a cavernous 27,000 seater when the attendance was 585, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, I
The answer
really
is
wouldn't
yes.
want that.
Yes, the answer is yes because I want replay.
Well, the
That's
answer
fair.
is yes for me because I want to be in the park where the Chargers play. So,
True.
You mean where the Galaxy play? And
no,
No, where the
where
Chargers.
they allow the
where?
Chargers to play
Oh,
there.
please. Let's. I'm sure the
Get off
Chargers.
my
The
lawn.
Chargers probably bring in more revenue there than the Galaxy, especially right now. Well, actually, maybe.
I don't
Actually,
think so. I think
No, the
Yeah.
everyone
attendance is
kind of
pretty
hates
sad,
them.
dude.
Yeah, parking's expensive there too for games that are not Lostos.
Excuses.
Oh no, man.
I'm not making excuses. I paid nothing for parking because it was a Los Galaxy 2 game. But highlight of the match for me was about 15 minutes into the second half. Galaxy fans, I didn't know that any existed, started chanting it as that we're not Vegas. And we're just sitting there like, no, we're not.
You know,
we don't.
You're right.
I've
Thank you.
always, you guys know, I've always wanted Reno to be Vegas.
Yeah,
I say
Yeah,
it
you
so
said
many
that so
times on
many
the
times.
podcast. Yeah, I just, man, God, I really wish we were like Vegas. Ugh, it hurts just saying it. Ugh, yeah. It's like swallowing acid or something. That's what it feels like. Matt, what are your thoughts on this match?
Well, I thought it was a good one. They actually, even though the score didn't show it, I thought Reno was absolutely. Yeah. So I think Reno actually looked a lot better than the score shows. First half, they could have had several more. There were a ton of chances. They're off the post a little bit. A couple good saves, couple of defenders throwing their bodies in front of shots, but they still came out with a win, and it was nice seeing Brad, you and everybody else right there in the middle of the stands. I love that you guys were able to get yourselves on the camera side. I don't know why. I don't know why the organization would do that.
They put us there.
Why?
I disagree with you both, though. I think Galaxy 2, I think Reno was lucky. I didn't think we at any point in that game we were going to lose, but we got away with a lot there. In the late part of the game, I think this was after Galaxy scored their first goal. They hit the post twice, or was this before? But they hit the post twice, once bouncing directly into Bersano's hands from the post, and the other one bouncing out to the side of the goal for a goal kick. We got lucky with both of those. Those both could have very easily been goals. And I don't want to say we stole one because I think the better team won, but we were outshot. We were outpossessed. Not like we were trying to play for a third goal, but I think we were right to get out not tying that game. I'm happy for a win.
Always happy for a win. I don't really have to say much more than what I've already said, and then you two covered it. I really want to get into this upcoming game since we've got Dylan, and we don't want our guests to be too bored for too long. So
Oh, well, too late, John.
before, well,
I just took a nap, actually.
yeah, well, I guess you can enjoy your nap. We're gonna go ahead and cut Dylan out here. No, real quick, I do want to talk about predictions because I feel like we have not been keeping track, and who is where. So last time we left off, last episode, you guys had Deej, who was in the lead with 2.5, right?
Believe so.
Yep.
So since then, I have earned a point,
Yes.
and Matt, I think you also earned a point, and I think that's it.
Actually, unfortunately, I did not. I thought
okay.
I guessed 3-2. I guessed 3-1 against OKC.
Gotcha. Okay, so, so this would put me back in the lead, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
See? We gotta keep track of this because, but I'm only ahead by like a half point, right? Or is it a full point?
It's just a half point.
It's just a half point.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yep.
thought. All right, so then I'm at 3, and then Deej would be right behind me at 2.5.
Yep.
And then Roy would be next with 2. No, Roy had
1.5.
1.5.
I think so. I think I'm tied with Roy at 1.5.
I could have sworn Roy had more than that.
Uh-huh.
But
actually, Laura has a question here in the comments. Do we have to get the score right or the players too? The most important thing is the score.
Yeah. The players are oh, that's right. Laura earned a point, right? I'm pretty sure.
What did you guess, Laura?
The tiebreaker is players.
Yeah.
So if multiple players have like a 3-0 score and the score is 3-0, then the next tiebreaker is players that scored, and if two players score, so like say that I picked Raul Mendiola and Kisipli to score, and both of them did, then if nobody else gets the score, I got the full point. If nobody else gets the score and they have the same scores as me, then we split the point.
Right, which is how we have half points.
Yeah, okay. And so Laura actually, she said she got the point for LA.
That's it. Yeah, so Laura is officially on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's we really need to keep track. We were doing so well for a while, but I think what happened is we realized
Losing
that
notes.
we don't need the notes. For a long while I did not use notes, like when the show first started, and it was complete anarchy and chaos, which is actually the way I like it. Surprisingly, right? But Matt's smiling over there. So yeah, Laura has a point, so she's on the score sheet now, and still within distance of any of us. I mean, if I have, we said I have 3 points now, and that's just Laura has to win 2 more for the entire for the rest of the season, and she's caught up with me. So it hasn't been a game that's been out of reach. Matt hasn't gotten a game right in like months. And and for the longest time he was the leader in the predictions. So yeah, this perfect time to join in, guys, not too late. And it's good to be in the lead.
Awesome. All right, let's get back to talking about Orange County. I feel like we cut Dylan off there a little bit, didn't we?
Well, yeah, I wanted to talk about predictions first because I wanted to get caught up on that.
Oh yeah, I know.
So, and I also wanted to point out the fact that I am in the lead now.
Well, of course.
And then that's actually why I was silent. I was like basking in the glory, waiting for one of you guys to say something, and Matt did. So Orange County coming up. Reno is on a roll. Orange County a little bit less so, Dylan. Coming off of a draw against San Antonio. Give us your thoughts on Orange County's kind of, what's going on with the club right now. Something that the casual Reno 1868 FC fan may not know about the club.
We can't win. We are very unlucky. A lot of the times teams will get that like lucky bounce or whatever it is to get a point. Maybe a ball drops for a player and they get to strike one home. That doesn't happen for Orange County, not this year. We lost our best player in Tom Senevolton to Indy 11, and then we never replaced him. So that's about 20 goals that haven't happened, and that's a big link up between our midfield and our strikers that doesn't exist anymore. We've had really bad injury issues and suspension issues throughout the season, still continuing now, and we're really inconsistent with the way that we play. We've thrown a couple games away that we should have won, and we've been lucky to drag out some points elsewhere. So kind of everything that could go wrong does go wrong, and we're kind of the exact opposite of Reno, I think.
You sound so sad.
It's been a rough year. Obviously coming off of being first in the conference last season, to this isn't ideal. I think last year was above. I think we played above our ability, and it was a surprise to everyone, even the players on the team. And this year it's playing below our ability, and it's trying to get out of that funk, I guess. And they won't do it, can't do it. I don't know what it is at this point. Besides, I mean, honestly, at some of these games, it really has been bad luck.
It happens. We here at Reno don't know what it's like to have a rough season yet, but
someday maybe.
well, no, but we have at the beginning of I think every season, with the exception of this season, it's been a tough beginning to the season. So we know what it's like to not win and to be unlucky. Even though it's not, it hasn't been for the entirety of the season so far, but it's been a few. I'd say guys, 2 to 3 months of kind of not winning, and then all of a sudden, Reno goes on these streaks like they're doing right now.
Yeah, luckily we didn't have as big of a lull at the beginning of the season this year. It started out a lot stronger, had the most points out of the first 5 or 6 games that we've had ever. Even though we've had a short existence, it's still really good to see that kind of progression. And once again, we're hitting our sweet spot right in the middle of the summer. We're on a 5-match winning streak. Dude, things are looking good. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Yeah, totally reading and laughing about smoothies with friends. Comment
It's all in the smoothies.
It's all in the smoothies. Or for me on Saturday, it was overpriced juice with family.
Brad, I want to keep it on Dylan here for a sec, because I want him to answer a question, and the question is, what does Orange County have to do right to come out with a win on Wednesday?
Shoot the ball in places where it actually makes sense to shoot. We've really struggled with that, where maybe our number, like Michael Seaton, never really gets an opportunity to be effective because he never receives the ball in a place where he can be dangerous, which would be in the box. And instead we have wingers taking shots from 25 yards out, but just blasting them into the shins of the defender in front of them and then losing the ball. And then it's a counterattack situation. Thankfully we won't have that this week because said winger is suspended. But yeah, it's just we've had games where we don't score, or that we limit the other team to scoring. That is, but then we can't score. Or we have games where we score and then we just stop playing defense. It's what we did in Austin 9 days ago. Was we just didn't play defense, but we managed to score a couple goals and still ended up losing. It's happened repeatedly, and yeah, I mean, basically we need to be good. That's how we need to win.
Dude, you sound like you need a drink or at least a hug or something.
I just need my team to win.
If you guys want to start winning after this match, that'd be great. I'm down with that. Just as long as y'all lose to Reno.
No, I'd love to see Brad shave his head.
Oh no, I'd love to see Sacramento be your guys' comeback match. Saturday Sacramento.
Why not start a winning streak then? You know?
Look at Brad's hair. That head is dying to not be shaved.
Yeah, it's dying to only be cut, to be trimmed, not to be executed.
We can't look at your hair, unfortunately.
Does my picture not come up when I talk?
I mean, it does, but it's not you.
Look at that flow.
I thought it was funny because Dylan, you do have nice hair, which is why I think it's kind of funny that you would be so willing to shave it off.
I really needed a haircut in March. I was 2 months overdue.
Sure.
So I was like, all right, screw it, why not? And I was really confident. I thought this Orange County would win. I thought this was gonna be our year.
Well, Orange County came back the same team as last year. It's weird looking at Orange County right now and saying what happened, because you guys are very similar, if not almost identical, to the team that beat us in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I mean some minor differences, but
yeah, but you guys made good off-season signings too.
Definitely, I think most of the players that we re-signed were the right players to re-sign, and I think some of the players we signed this year won't be around next year, and rightfully so. But we're only a little over halfway through the season, so we got a long way to go. And it's we're in 14th place right now, which is not great. We're on 23 points. There's 4 teams with 23 points right now, and it's just goal difference separating them. Almost identical records. We have the same record as Los Dos, which you guys would probably love to relive a match like that again. But But hopefully, if it is a match like that, the shots that go off the post for Orange County end up in the back of the net. That would be the luck factor that I think has been missing all year.
So just to address what's going on in our chat, because we have a chat today, probably because I actually announced this, which is
Probably,
which is what I need to do in the future. It's the schedule's been the Colo schedule has really messed up my flow. But anyway, so we've got Harry, who is a fan of a team that has beaten Reno and just coming off of a draw to Orange County, and that is San Antonio. And Dylan, we can see the chat on the
I know.
on the stream. No, I'm just curious. I didn't know you were unemployed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, to be young and
be young
to
and
not have any
broke.
bills.
I have bills. They
It's
just
all
don't
good.
get
I was
Been there, man.
I was I mean, I wasn't jobless, but I had KOH, which was every single day, but only 3 hours a day. But anyway, it's nice to be using my degree, guys. So Harry's saying, I'm sure that you guys have all seen this, that he would like to see Reno win 8-1. And I'm sure that's because of the kind of controversial way that the match against OC ended last week. We talked a lot about that on the Orange and Black Soccer Cast. So as to not retread ground that we've already gone over, we're not going to really talk about that. But I would like to say that, yes, I would also really like an 8-1 victory for Reno. I would also like to point out Laura, who said that we are just about due for our annual summer blowout. And I think she's right, guys. We haven't really had anything yet this summer.
We need a fire sale of goals coming this Saturday.
Yes. You get a goal. You get a goal. You get a goal. Everybody gets a goal except Orange County.
That's
Please,
someone
no.
to say.
I'm sick of subscribing to this. We've been subscribed to this one for like 19 weeks. I'm so tired of it. I want a change.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah, seriously.
So
I've been hitting it and nothing happens.
it's because you're stuck. You're stuck. You're stuck in the as Harry first put it a year ago, the bro pod mans. It's just once we've connected as we have, Dylan, that's that.
This is the closest thing to love I've ever felt.
It's the closest thing to love. It's like two brothers.
Yeah, it's a stronger bond than my parents and I, for sure.
What am I supposed to say to that?
I only say that because they're not listening.
All right, so that's yeah, we're obviously hoping for a win. Yeah, Harry also pointed out the fact that in the West, 4th place and 15th place are separated by just 6 points, and then you've got Fresno, Reno, and Phoenix like up at the top by
Beyond that,
yeah,
You guys
by
are
a
gone, for
really
sure.
good amount of points. So
Neither of those three teams, or none of those three teams, are going to be caught, especially Reno and Phoenix. And then the rest of us, it's just like, I don't even want to say that we're out of the playoffs like the way we're playing right now. If we keep playing like this, yeah, we're out of it. But like
10 teams
2 wins
make
on the
it.
bounce,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you could be in like 5th place depending on how things go.
oh,
And
Matt.
I was like,
It would be
I
insane.
actually
We're
have
on
a,
you,
have
yes.
a GIF I'm working on for this exact subject, and this is the preview for it for you guys. So congratulations.
I
love this.
I love how much this meme has blown up.
And I've never seen it animated. I was like, no, I got to do it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
This is why I'm sub to USL Pro on Reddit. Is only for Matt's gifs. It's like the only thing I ever upload
and
for
it's
a vote.
it's really rad because Matt is so talented with his gifts. So we're glad that we have I'll take it off you now, Matt. I'm glad that we have so much creativity up here in Reno. Not to say that other teams don't have it, because they certainly do. Especially like you guys at Orange County, you've got Ray, and then you've got Alan, and then you've kind of got Dylan. So that's kind of cool. at least. No, you guys have impacted our podcast a lot. In fact, if it weren't for Ray, we wouldn't be part of the Beautiful Game Network, because one day he messaged me and was like, "Hey, I see that you finally rebranded to be 1868 FC specific. You should check out the Beautiful Game Network." So I did, and all of a sudden we're all part of the Beautiful Game Network. So that is the power of Ray Zamora, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
We owe it all to Ray.
Yes, we do.
But he's too busy with his family to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I would have loved to have both of you guys on. I think that this show is a little bit more anarchy than Orange and Black Soccer Cast. Well,
It's 'cause you like to get into it.
dictator.
yeah, I'm like, my personality is definitely more all over the place. Mostly you all know it. My mouth works way faster than my brain. I can't tell you guys how many times I've said something and then had to stop and then be like, well, this is actually what I really mean. And I did it on Orange and Black yesterday, like twice. So I remember counting, or on Sunday. See, I don't even know.
No,
I don't even know what day
Wow.
I'm
It is yesterday, yeah.
man.
Oh, it was yesterday. I'm over
what it
here
was,
like
like,
it's like
right?
4 days ago, apparently.
Well, you said have a good evening, so it was like
Dude. So
you're throwing me for a loop.
okay, yeah. So right now I'm actually in my morning. Like, I woke up at maybe like 6:15 ish, which is why we're a little bit late in live streaming this today. So kind of I'm in a really weird schedule, as you guys know. Makes life interesting. Makes life very interesting when I go into work. And we were talking about fires a little bit earlier. I'd be like, so, what's going on? What fires when? And they're like, well, this fire started today, and this fire started today. And I'm like, well, I'm already in tomorrow. You know what I mean? I go in at 11:30, so I'm already thinking the next day. And that's why that's why that's why I talk like that, Dylan. I don't know what you want from me. I mean, I'm doing my best here. I'm
Just your undying love and affection.
Well, you have that, Dylan. You have
I-
that.
Okay, well, perfect. Then I just want to keep it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was go man.
Oh,
I'm done.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, John, I appreciate you doing your job, because I'm in a very fire-prone area. So keeping updated, especially when no one's in the house, is a really good thing.
Where are you at? Where are you working at?
No, just where I live. I'm in the North Valleys. Just at the base of Peabody.
but not quite like Red Rock. I feel like Red Rock is the area that's really like they have a fire going on right now.
Yep.
One that they at least last time, it's obviously been a while since I was at work, but last time they're having some conditions that are making the fire a little difficult to take care of. Wind, stuff like that. Also, it's a pretty good time to point out the fact that please do not do any outside target shooting on days where there's a red flag warning, because that will start a fire, ladies and gentlemen, and it does all the time. So I don't. Do you guys don't have that kind of concern down in LA, right?
Oh, we totally do. I'm about to move to a place that basically every year catches on fire, and destroys a ton of homes, and basically turns the valley that I'll be living in into a hot box of
smoke,
forest fire smoke.
and
So basically they don't let people outside, and tons of people probably have massive health issues because of asthma, and it's all bad. It's really all bad. So we do have it. The rich people suffer here because they buy houses in places that burn more.
oh no, the rich
But
people.
they'll be okay. Like Winalda's house is not too far away from where I will be going to school, and his house burned down, I think, or his neighbor's house burned down, and that's like a yearly occurrence.
That was in that really big fire, right? The
the Woolsey.
campfire. Oh, okay.
No, that was further
campfire's north.
That was up
yeah.
by you guys.
The campfire was paradise. Yeah, that was. Woof. Let's hope that never happens again. That was something, not in a good way. Harry, I also wish San Antonio were closer. I really wish that I could travel more. And like I really wanted to go to this Orange County match, but it's in the middle of the week. It's at like 1 p.m. I think. So
Yep.
and like that's I'm on probation right now, because that's what happens when you just get on board with a new job. So can't exactly take time off. In fact, I've only accrued 9 hours of time off right now. So, and I don't know that it's really hard for producers to take time off because they're kind of a really important part of of the way that news works. Anyway, so Brad wants to keep the show going.
He's a buzzkill.
He's cracking that whip. Yeah.
So we're gonna start with Brad. I think we're gonna go left to right. And hey, man, this is your fault. You wanted to keep the show going. You're going to keep the show going. Predictions.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? What are we looking at? And it better not be different than what you said to the guys on Orange County.
I don't remember what the score was that I said.
Jeez, just pulled it out of his butt.
Yeah, well, pretty much. But I don't think that this is going to be the fire blowout sale. I think that's going to happen at home on Saturday. I do think that we are going to send 3,000 little kids home from soccer camp crying in Orange County. That's why it's on at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday. Give me, I think I said 3-1. I think it's going to be 3-1. As for the scores,
Taking my score.
well, you know,
I'm just talking ish. Just keep going. I'm just saying. Oh, I don't remember, but I'm gonna take John's score.
Oh, give me a 3-1. I'm gonna have Gleedle. I'm gonna have Herzog, and I'm gonna have. Oh man, the third one's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have Apodaca score.
Cool.
I like Apodaca.
We're keeping track. We're writing this down, right, somewhere.
Yes.
Or have we all gotten to the point to where we just look back on past episodes? Because that's where I've been.
Well, you edited it. It's perfect for you.
Matt brought this up around about 47 minutes in, so I'll just go back to that and then wait until he says his score. All right. So we got 3-1. We got Gleedle. We got Herzog. We got Apodaca.
All right, one done.
All right, Dylan, you're next. What do we got?
We got a 2-2 draw, I think. Apparently, these two sides are going to be inseparable this year, and that means that neither of us have to lose our hair. It's the
All things in balance.
it's the
our
lawful
hairlines.
neutral, right? Or the like absolute neutral of the 9 possible options, which I think Harry
that is like as optimistic as it gets, I think.
Yeah, Harry's gone for the chaotic, lawless. I think with the 8-1.
Yeah, that is kind of lawless, isn't it?
No, Harry. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
Leonardo's
talking
not
about.
playing. Leonardo's not playing because he got sent off. So it's not going to be an own goal. Come on. You guys are going to have to make assists yourself because he won't be playing. He won't just be there to hand you some easy passes in the 6 where your dudes can just bomb them home. But yeah, I'm hoping for a 2-2 draw. I think that's very optimistic on our half. But I think eventually this team's going to get something to click. And I think having the team rotated a little bit because of how this match is might actually do us some favors over you guys. Or a boy can hope, because that's all this season
A
has.
boy
for me
can
is
hope.
hope.
I think that's what this episode will be called, by the way.
It's fitting to our whole season. That's what we should name all of our episodes.
Matt, what do we got going on, man?
Well, I think it's official. We got a title. I like that. All right. So my guess is going to be 2-0. We're going to have a Reno shutout. The goals are going to be from Scory and from Mendiola. He is going to get a goal instead of doing all the dirty work.
Okay. And that's that.
That's that.
Cool. Okay, I got a 3-1 win for Reno. I got Duke Lacroix. I'm gonna go with Duke until he scores, guys. I got Duke Lacroix, I got Sam Gleedle, and I got Corey Herzog. I know, Brad, they're very similar, but I feel like you stole mine, not the other way around. This supports what I said on Orange and Black.
I think I
Soccercast.
did say 2-1 on orange and black,
Man,
but still,
this guy's
more
stealing my
confident this
scores.
time around.
He's
'cause
like,
it's
John
our
did say
show.
3-1, and he has been picking them right lately, so maybe I should go with what he's saying. So, okay, I'm a little, my brain's all over the place because I'm reading the comments, which are pretty much between Laura and Harry and Dylan, who is more than welcome to talk to Harry on the podcast, but that's totally fine. However you want to do it. Harry, I think, picked Reno to win 1-0. And that was 1-0 with an own goal from Orange County. If he gets that orange goal, we're gonna have to give him some mad props. And then Laura going with the balls to the wall 5-0 for Reno.
She says she's trying Ray's lead with that one, and then when Ray first went with a team winning 5-0, it was the opposition team that he wanted to win. I'm confused by what Laura wants here. Does she want Orange County to win because does she want
What?
Orange County to
Why
win
would she
2-1?
want-
Because that's what happened last time someone predicted a 5-0 loss.
Yeah, I think
for
that's
Orange
what
County.
that was against Phoenix for you guys the first
Yeah.
time when you beat them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Laura, we're gonna roll with a 5-0 unless I guess you want to change it, or whatever. So that's totally up to you. But we do need some scores. That's 5 goals. That's more than one person scoring, right? I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Duke Lacroix scores 5 goals against Orange County.
It's obviously going to be Bersano. Come on.
Oh, no doubt. I don't say that, man. It could happen. So, all right. We've done predictions. We've talked about the match a little bit. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go into final thoughts on the match, and then we'll go into our random thoughts. We've got about 10 minutes left. Plenty of time to goof off. Bersano scores 5 goals. I think every person who is a fan of Orange County would probably jump off a cliff. So, Brad, final thoughts.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end up having to tweet out my predictions for Saturday's game against, I believe, Colorado at home. But I'm going to have final thoughts, and I'm gonna direct them towards my roommate back in Reno, because I'm looking forward to on Saturday, taking his dog to the game. However, one of the things you need in order to take a dog to the game is the vaccination records. And my friend lost his vaccination records for his dog, his beautiful dog. How do you lose such a thing, man? Come on.
Is this
Your
a
dog-
random thought or what?
This is random. This is
totally-
very
I
random.
think we were
I'm so
just
mad
talking about the
this.
game, dude.
I know. I'm like, what? What?
I'm so we're not at those random
No,
thoughts yet.
we're not at random thoughts at all. What do you mean those random thoughts?
I heard you said random thoughts. You said
No.
random
There's
thoughts.
only one and
I
only
did
random
not.
thought, buddy.
I'm not the only scatterbrained one yet. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I said final thoughts on this match.
Oh well, man. I'm looking forward to being at this game.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. Dylan, I have your beer.
Oh, sweet. Positives.
Yes. So you're a winner in my heart there. Laura, I have Malort for you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Not looking forward to 90 degree and sunshine though. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
no one is.
I'm already
If you
burned.
can handle it
No
in
one
Reno,
is.
you can handle it down there.
I'm already
Yeah,
burnt.
it'll be
from,
better here for sure.
Dylan,
Yeah,
give
your
us-
hair is all thick.
give us
Ew.
some final thoughts.
I'm kind of a little bit bummed that I got to be working at this game.
Are you gonna miss the
Um,
game?
No, I will be there.
Okay.
I do some work for the club, but it does mean that I rarely get into the County Line Coalition or
Oh.
rarely get to leave the press box. So I'm hoping that changes this week. But I just want a good match. Something positive is all I can hope for. And it's a tall order against Reno. I mean, I love you guys, and I have a great respect for your team. And it kills me when we play each other, and it makes me so envious to see you guys doing super well. So I hope maybe for just a day, just for 100 minutes, you guys take it a little bit easy for us. Have some I don't know, kindness or sympathy for us and go easy on us. Also, if Corey Herzog listens to this, I want to know where I'm getting smoothies on Wednesday morning, because that sounds like a good time. I can probably find some places.
All right, Matt, final thoughts?
Hey, just like everybody else, I'm hoping for a good game. Even though I predicted 2-0, I would survive with a draw on this one because, the pod bromance we have going on here. I do love you guys and always have fun chatting with you and, talking soccer. And I love that we've been traveling back and forth to each other. So I just hope this relationship continues, win, lose, or draw. But probably not lose. Hopefully not lose.
All right, you guys are so sweet and so humble. I want
Well,
to
you're the guy
bury
that, like,
Orange
yeah.
County,
Ugh.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm like Harry just said, like, bury them. Pound OC into the ground. Yes. Yes. That is what we want. I really have a lot of respect for Orange County. I like your fans. Obviously I like Dylan and Ray and Alan and Orange and Black Soccer Cast, but I want like a brutal win. I mean, I'm talking like massacre. I'm talking like 10-0, 5-0, whatever. So I want to win. Two things are on the line here. You've got Brad. Brad, take off your hat. That hair is on the line. And that hair is on the line. I don't know how recent is that picture, Dylan?
That was against Phoenix, but I've got the same haircut.
Sure. Dylan's got nice hair for those of you who haven't seen him in person.
You're missing out.
One of these people is going to shave their head. It's going to be Brad. Is it going to be Dylan? I'm voting on Dylan. So it's dude, it completely throwing me off with the chat there.
You gotta pull it together.
Yeah.
You're like Ray here. You can't keep up with the chat.
One of you guys is shaving your heads, and that's what's on the line this week. What's also on the line is our logo. Orange and Black Soccer Cast and 1868 Weekly, the losing side will have to change their colors, and I think we'll do it for like a week or a month. I'll talk to Ray about specific details. To the other team's colors. So if Reno 1868 FC loses, my logo, or ours rather, goes from blue and gold to orange and black and white. And should Reno win, which is, a possibility, then y'all change your colors to the beautiful blue and gold. And I don't want to change my logo. I'm lazy. I got things to do. So if Reno could win, I think that'd be fantastic.
Do you want me to do it for you?
Actually,
I'm a charitable man.
Well, the good thing is you don't have to worry about changing your guys' colors because Ray already did.
I doubt he saved it. Knowing Ray, he did not save that.
Well, it's okay. He did it pretty quickly when I was with him last time. So I have full faith that he'll be able to do it quickly again. Let's go into random thoughts. Dylan, you are our guest. We're going to go to you first. What you got?
Okay. So I feel like there's probably a somewhat decent overlap of people that listen to this podcast and people that listen to the Orange and Black Soccer Cast. And if you're one of those people that doesn't listen to my podcast, it's not my podcast. Listen to Ray's podcast. You should probably listen to it. It's a good time. Almost as much bickering as this one. But I always give a literature recommendation, and this week it's not so much it's usually always from American literature or something really academic. This time it's actually just an essay about how humans aren't designed to be happy, and we should probably stop trying to be happy. So it's from theconversation.com, and it's called Humans Aren't Designed to Be Happy, So Stop Trying. And it's just a good read, and in a season in which my team has 23 points, 15 of which are from home and 8 of which have been on the road. Sometimes it's nice to be reminded that we're not always supposed to be happy. What? You're like shaking your head about what?
What do we follow that up with?
We can't all be in second place, but it's okay to not be happy and to suffer, right?
Brad,
that's part of the human condition, man.
Brad, give us some positivity here.
Well, I'm assuming you guys were telling for me to give you positivity. I was talking to my brother.
All right, Matt, give us some positivity.
Okay, I'll give you some positivity. I think my random thought is going to come in the form of a travel tip. Since there's still a little bit of summer left, you see this beautiful backdrop I have back here of Tahoe. So don't get any of the cabins that are just off of the lake, and walk to the lake and go to Kings Beach where you have to pay to get in and it's crazy overcrowded. That's no fun. Rent a timeshare from somebody who owns a timeshare and can't make it in the weekend that you want to go. We have a private beach. We dealt with maybe 10 other people at the most, in beautiful Lake Tahoe, and the water, because it is a private beach, it's shallower. The water is warmer. You can actually get in the lake without freezing your butt off. And I just highly recommend it. Give it a shot. If you've been wanting to stay around Tahoe, that's the best way to do it.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you. All right,
Yeah.
Brad, let's try this again.
All right. Well, I've already seemed to complain a good amount.
That's what we do on this podcast. We complain.
Yeah. Well, I will be like Dylan, I guess, this week, and
Oh, please don't be depressing.
no, I won't be depressing. I just got a new book today. Just like Dylan, I prefer to read, but I don't read all the.
Yeah, you're such a loser, Brad. Reading.
I know, so are you. But I don't prefer to
weak,
read.
Brad.
I don't prefer to read all of the sad, depressing stuff that Dylan reads. I like to read about people who are like counter-terrorists and shoot people, kind of like right-wing pipe dreams.
What's happening to
About-
this podcast?
And it's a lot of fun for me to read. So I just bought a new book today, the latest of the Scott Harvath series from Brad Thor. I shall check up with you guys as I continue to read it over the next week or so.
All right. My topic this week is going to be depressing for me. I think everyone else should get a kick out of it. If you listen to Orange and Black Soccer Cast, you know that I am switching out some parts in my computer. And God, I've had the worst time with my damn motherboard. I want to expletive all over the place right now just talking about it. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I brought it into some guys who are more equipped to deal with it than I. And they were able to tell me what I already knew, which is kind of cool. It's nice for the ego, right? Like I had a feeling that this was happening and it was confirmed. And so light at the end of the tunnel, I'm getting a replacement for the part that I need and my computer should be running by tomorrow. Oh,
So you're gonna complain about trying to. I've got a mini ITX case, so when you're clearancing things in your case, that's when it gets crazy.
it sounds like I can fit your computer in my computer.
Yeah, I had to. I installed a water cooler and had to saw part of the fan housing out entirely so that it would clear my 2 sticks of RAM.
Whoa. Why didn't
So-
you just get a bigger case?
Because tiny cases are awesome, dude.
Dude, y'all
yeah,
y'all are
what Matt
nuts.
said.
I have a
Like-
mini ATX, and yeah, I love my tiny cube that fits on the shelf on my desk.
This is like, this is. Oh
This is
That's what I'm talking about. Look at this baby. Gives me a nice way to like flex on the podcast. See? Yeah.
What are you flexing?
See?
weird flex, but okay.
This is what it's about. Look at this baby. To be fair, it is a
Yeah,
huge
more
pain
is
in
called
the
a
ass
bird.
to like bring around. Anyway, that's what you need. I could.
No,
That's what you all need, Matt. Y'all need a full tower.
dude, I can put my computer and all of its accessories, sans monitor, into a backpack.
That's crazy.
If I had friends to do a LAN party, I'd be living it up.
I don't think that I could fit my computer in any kind of backpack. Do you? What? How big is yours, Brad?
My computer?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sitting at it now,
What-
but I
what-
would say
did
like
you
sitting at
answered it with a question. What do you think we've been talking about for the last 5 minutes?
He's probably talking
No.
to his brother again.
Oh, God. This
no,
podcast
this
is
time-
obviously
this
not a
time-
priority for Brad.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, man. I'm not even a real host of this show.
No, My computer, I would say about sitting down knee height. So what is that, like 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall?
Are you really that tall though?
All
Foot
right.
and a half.
It's time for social media. Where can we find Dylan? Where can we find you? Where can we find Orange and Black?
You guys can find me on Twitter at OCSC_Dylan, or you can find me on Reddit /u/OCSC_Dylan. I got to look up the Twitter for the podcast really quick because I never do that on our podcast.
How long have you been a part of the podcast?
Too long. Well over a year. I honestly couldn't tell you what it is. Actually, you can find the website OCSCpodcast.com. You can find us on Reddit, but we never reply. Or you can find us on Twitter at OCSC_SoccerCast.
All right. Thank you, Dylan. Guys, check out Orange and Black Soccercast. They're a great podcast. They are definitely our good friends. As Harry put out there, I think a year ago, Dylan? Like, it's been a while. We are a Podmans. And I think, as far as I know, we're the only Podmans in existence.
It's the most serious relationship of my life, and also the longest lasting one.
I'll have to plead the fifth, but I am inclined to agree with you. Brad, where can we find you, man?
You can find me not paying attention anywhere on social media, just like today's podcast. You can find me anywhere not paying attention to social media at Twitter, Pal on the Sky, at Facebook, Bradley Polonsky, on Reddit, which is the only one I really ever pay attention to, /Pal on the Sky.
Matt.
All right. You can find me mostly on Reddit making my stupid GIFs like I showed you earlier, or sometimes on Twitter every now and then. My screen name on both is RafOutLoud with underscores between each word.
All right, guys, feel free to follow me on Twitter at JMac or John Macaluso. I always say something different every week, but my handles never change. John Macaluso on Twitter, Real John Macaluso on Instagram. Feel free to send me a friend request on Facebook. And, of course, follow 1868 Weekly on Twitter. And if you're not, if you're watching this, hopefully you're following us on YouTube, right? So hit that subscribe button. And I don't know where I got this remote, but all of a sudden I'm pointing with a remote. Brad, will you take us away, please? Let's end this.
All right, I can do that for you. Dylan, I'll let you join in on us this time. Thank you guys for listening.
I'm not a sellout like Ray. So.
Ray, that cracks me up. I don't think he knew where he was that day. And he was just like, I'll go with what the crowd's doing.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm doing today. As always, thank you guys for listening, for watching, for paying attention, commenting, being a part of our lovely little podcast. In Ian we trust, and vamos
County.
Take care, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye, everybody.